In this video, I will demonstrate how to make changes and adjustments to the project summary section of any of the stock SI5 proposals. It is important to note that this project summary section doesn't actually reside on the actual proposal template report. It is a sub-report that is bound to the proposal sub-report. So that sub-report is going to be the first one we're going to have to modify. So if you go up to your Tools menu and open the Report Designer, choose to create a new report based on an existing report. Just walk through the steps here. The report that you're actually looking for is called Project Summary Detail. Go ahead and select this as the report you're going to base yours off of. Choose Next, and then give it a unique name. In this case, I'm just going to put an underscore there and call it Project Summary Detail. Now notice that this is checked here, that this is a sub-report. Sub-reports don't display in your actual reports list when you're inside of the SI5 Navigator. They are hidden from that view, and they actually are generally bound to other reports. So we've uniquely named this. Now just go ahead and click Next through the rest of the steps here. There's nothing to change in the actual wizard itself. Once the wizard finishes, the report canvas will be open, and then you can make your changes. So what I'm going to make the change to today is this equipment adjustment field here. I'm going to call that something else. And when you select this control here on the report designer and come over to the properties window, you'll see that there's a text field here, and that's where you're going to actually make the change here. And I'm just going to call this preferred customer discount. And that's it. It's now been changed here on this actual sub-report. Now, as far as changing anything else here, same method. You'd come here and make the text change. Now, one exception to that would be the taxes that appear in that project summary section. And notice here on the report that there is a group tax details, but there appears to be nothing in here. If you click in here, you'll see that an object did get selected, and if you come over here again to the properties window, you'll see that the name is sub tax details to indicate that there's a sub-report that gets pulled into this sub-report to give the tax details. Now, you could, if you wanted to, go modify the tax detail sub-report, create one that has your wording changes on it, bind it to this sub-report, and then, of course, we'll bind this to the main proposal report. But we actually included an easier way to do that within the actual software itself. So I'm going to skip making any adjustments to any sub-reports here, and at this point I'm done with this sub-report, so I'm simply going to save and publish the report. That's what this button here does. So we'll go ahead and publish the report, and you're going to be prompted if you want to close the report designer or not. Choose No, because we have one more modification to make, and that's to the actual proposal template that we want this to apply to. So we're going to create another new report based off an existing report, and in this case I'm just going to pick the proposal with images report. Again, it's personal preference on which reports you actually run. I'm going to go ahead and call this one underscore, and I'm just going to say prop with images. And of course, you could name this something unique and put a nice description here to indicate that you've made some wording changes to the report. But I'm just going to next through, again, all these steps. There's nothing to change here in the actual wizard itself in this case. Once the report canvas opens for edit, go ahead and scroll down here, and what you're going to see here, where you would normally expect to see the project summary, there doesn't appear to be anything here. In the group summary detail section, there actually is a sub-report control, which is one of these here that is bound to that sub-report. So I'm just going to click in here, and you can see that it actually does select the sub-report. And to verify that, of course, again, come over to Properties, scroll up, and you'll see that the name is Sub Summary Details. So I know I've got the right object selected. And what you can do is just right-click this and bind to D-Tools Report. When you do that, it's going to show you all of the available D-Tools reports here that you can bind to this report. And I'm going to choose the one we just created, that underscore Project Summary Detail. Choose OK, and publish the report. So this time I am going to close the designer, and we'll come back here. Now, as far as making the tax change, I mentioned that we have something built right into the software that you can modify, so you don't even have to go into the report designer. And that's here under your global report settings. If you click this button, you can then expand the report tax descriptions here, and you can override where it says sales tax on reports, or if you're using our, of course, our Canadian settings for taxes, you could override where it says GST or PST, and there's a whole other video out there just showing you how to handle that for the harmonized sales tax that's common now throughout Canada. But in this case, we're just going to call this government revenue and close this form. And now, if you scroll up in the list here, you'll see there's the custom report that we just created, the prop with images that has the underscore in front of it. I'll expand this list and go ahead and run this report, and I'll take you to the project summary to show you the changes that have taken place once this generates. Just go ahead and go here to the last page, and as you can see now, the equipment adjustment has been changed to preferred customer discount, and sales tax has been changed to government revenue. So you can make similar changes to the project summary following these instructions.